Good evening, fellow Toastmaster, and welcome to TLI Training 1 hosted by Division D. I am Sergeant Adam Safwan, and I'm honored officially to this meeting to order. Thank you for joining us for this essential Toastmaster Leadership Institution session. Today's training all about empowering club officers and ensuring our club thrive into new term. Online, since it's an online group session, we have some ground rule we have to follow to ensure we smooth and engaging session. Here there is a few online meeting ground rules. Keep your microphone on mute when you are not speaking and minimize distraction. And I would request you to set a background as shared in our WhatsApp group that you can find it on our WhatsApp group, and turn on your camera if possible and watch the chat box if any chats are going on, and feel free to raise hand if you have any question at Q&A session. If you face any technical issues, please ping me on direct message. I can assist you on that. And let me read out our club mission. The mission of our club is to provide a supportive and a learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skill, resulting in a greater self-confidence and growth. And here we have our club district mission as well. We built a new club and support all club in achieve excellence. Before further hesitation, let me move on our next session. Let me invite our Division D director. You don't need any more introduction about our Division D director. I have always seen him as such an enthusiastic guy. Always is since we can relate it more because we are both are handling on IT. So he was our IT guy. So since many of us is in IT, and he is an enthusiastic Toastmaster who believe Toastmaster is not just a platform for a communication, but also where leaders are made, and always willing to accept the challenges and see every experience as an opportunity for learning and growth. He is currently working as a strategic partner at Lanes Group as a finance controller and recipient of District Toastmaster of the year 2023. Hold various positions in Toastmaster at the district, division area, and the club levels, including current immediate past area 16 director and current division D director. Let me welcome our division D director, Sampath Somasegara, Samarasegara, to take over the control. Let's produce a mapping inspiration session together. Over to you, Toastmaster Sampath.
Thank you so much for lovely introduction about me, and please give a big round of applause to our Toastmasters of our host for the tonight. And my dear fellow Toastmasters, once again, good evening and good afternoon, anyone logging from outside of Qatar, and my dear fellow Toastmasters and distinguished and future leaders. It's my honor to welcome all of you for Division Retraining session, Driving Club Excellence, as your newly elected Division D Director for the year 2025-26. I am thrilled to see our members' enthusiasm and dedication to enhance our clubs. This training is the vital role for all of us to achieve our excellence within our Toastmaster journey, and to support our clubs and our district mission. Effective training empowers us the knowledge and skill necessary to not only meet our goals but truly excel our roles and supporting our own members. With that, I hereby open Division D training number 1, Driving Clubs Excellence. It's open. As we all know, if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. This is a famous quote we always telling. That's why we select first training as our club's success plan. Not and also we need to know about basics of our curriculum. Because of that, we selected distinct club program and how to navigate the dashboard and the club center as your first training. We have today very fantastic agenda lineup and packed with valuable insights to help our clubs and all the members. And it will delivered by our own training experts. I would say training expert, our own. It's none other than our two trainers. And to kick the things off, and officially, I want to hand over the control to uh, our TLI chair. I would like to invite my TLI chair, Division D, Toastmaster Yakub. Toastmaster Yakub hailed from God own country, and we say Spice Garden of the India. It's none other than Kerala. He currently serves as the senior technical advisor at Audi, and he's been resident to Qatar for since 2018, and he joined Toastmasters in 2023. Currently serves as Sergeant at Arms for KF Toastmasters. I saw last few weeks his commitment to organize this training, and he was work hard. He's the person behind this training. And please give a big round of applause and virtual applause to our Toastmaster Yakub. Toastmaster Yakub, virtual screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sampath, for that wonderful introduction. Fellow Toastmasters and leader, good evening, and a warm welcome to the Division D Toastmasters Leadership Training. Training is the passport to excellence. The more you set in training, the less you bleed in battle. This quote reminds us why we are all here today. Leadership is not just a position, it is a responsibility. And with responsibility comes the need for preparation. When we talk about some roles in Toastmasters like VP Education, Secretary, Sergeant at Arms, so on, we don't just wear a badge. We carry the hope of our club's members. They look to us not to just organize meetings, but to inspire growth, to guide their journey, and to lead with purpose. And there is the importance of the training. And that's what we all are gathered in this busy evening. Today is about more than just a learning policies or procedure. It is about understanding the vision of club excellence. It is about knowing how to use the club success plan as a GPS for our club's journey. And it is about navigating the dashboard and club central with confidence. So our leadership become intentional and impactful. Some of us may be first-time officers or new member, or some of them are retiring veterans. Either way, this training is our opportunity to sharpen the tool before the real work begins. The more you engage today, the better you will be equipped to serve your members or our members, solve challenges, and celebrate success. So now today, we have two fantastic trainers. Before I come to the trainers, let me introduce the role players for today's meeting. That is our timer. Our timer is Toastmaster Sanjaya Munidradasa. He's been in Qatar for the past 2 decades, currently working as the operation manager for Stalwart Trading, which is part of Al Malki Group. Joined Toastmasters as the Chartered Sergeant at Arms of the Sri Lankan Toastmasters Club Qatar and currently serving as the president of the club Area 13 Director. During the last term, he served as the VP of Sri Lankan Toastmasters, Assistant Area Director, Program Quality of Area 16, and as the District Dashboard Champion. Currently, he is little scared because he is becoming an addicted to Toastmasters. Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjay, for accepting this role, and I welcome you to this session. Today, we conduct this training in 3 sessions. The first training will start by Toastmaster Naila. I really thank Toastmaster Naila not only accepting our request, she helped me a lot to prepare whatever the requirements for this training, like the agendas and the flyers, so on. So Toastmaster Naila is an engineer by profession and a passionate Toastmasters at heart. He joined Toastmaster in 2019 and has worn many hats since then, serving in various leadership roles with dedication and enthusiasm. Her efforts were recognized with the Best Area Director of the Year Award 2022 and 2023, and the Best Division Director of the Year Award of 2023 and 2024. Currently, she is serving as the president of Transcend Toastmasters Club. When she's not busy mentoring members or preparing speeches, you will probably find her with book in one hand and bowl of ice creams in other hand, living her life one chapter and one scoop at a time. Lovely. Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome Toastmaster Naila for this session. And our second trainer will be Toastmaster DTM Bindu. DTM Bindu is an IT manager by profession. She works for Logic System Middle East in the field of industrial automation for Hamad International Airport. Joining Toastmasters in December 2018, recipient of the prestigious District Toastmasters of the year 2023 and 2022 and 2023. She served several leadership positions in the district and currently the district administration manager. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, help me welcome both our trainers to our session with thunder of applause. Now, today's session, to make it more easy and interesting, we make it in 3 sessions. First, 20 minutes will be conducted by Toastmaster Naila. She will take us through the DCP point under the session DCP Unlock. And after that, she will hand over DTM Bindu, and DTM Bindu will navigate us through the dashboard and Club Central. And her session will be 35 minutes. And again, it will goes back to Toastmaster Naila to conduct the topic Mastering the Club Success Plan, and that session will be for another 20 minutes. So we will have a continuity of all the topics. After the both trainer session, we will have a question and answer session. And I encourage and request everyone to participate actively so we can clear our doubt and everything before we wind up this training. So without further delay, let me welcome Toastmaster Naila to start her first session. Toastmaster Naila.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Yakub, for introducing both of us wonderfully. District Division Area Club leaders and members, good evening.
Good evening.
If possible, I would love to see all of your faces so that this.
Good evening, Toastmaster Naila.
Thank you, timer. Yes, I would love to see all of your faces. If possible, please do turn on the camera so that I know I am talking to people rather than blank screens. So that would be great to see all of you. Now, before starting, do we have any non-club officers here? who are not part of the Club ExCom for the current term? Maybe you can just raise your hand, give a thumbs up, anything. Oh, okay, great. So we have all club officers today. That's wonderful. Anyone here who is doing the club officer role for the very first time? Okay, I see 1, 2, 3. All right, so we have very experienced officers here. Good. One more question. When does a Toastmasters year start? Or, the Toastmaster term, when does it start? You can unmute and speak.
1st of July to 30th June.
All right, so yes, Toastmasters year or the term begins on the 1st of July. Now, this is something, especially as club officers, we should all know about, right? One more, the final one. Huh? So this session is about DCP, right? This is what we have mentioned. So what is this DCP? At least the full form, what it is. We keep saying DCP point, DCP goals, we should get this, that. So what is this DCP? Sanjay, don't say, wait, you are an area director, you're supposed to know this. I want to hear from the club officers.
Distinguished Club Program.
Great. Thank you, Toastmaster Rowan. So DCP is Distinguished Club Program. That means it is specific to the club. How you make a club distinguished or how you can enhance the quality of a club. So that, how do you measure it? That is what DCP is all about, right? So now the next time someone asks what DCP is, I hope all of you would be able to say what it is. I mean, even if you're not able to explain, what does this DCP stand for, right? So that is Distinguished Club Program. Now let me share my screen, just a second. Yeah, I hope my screen is visible, right?
Yes, it is.
So this is what we will be covering today. That is, okay, my system has gone slow. We will be covering what is this DCP, like why do we need DCP? What is the purpose of it? And we'll also be covering how you achieve those DCP. Okay, one more question let me ask. When we say DCP, there are these points and goals. How many of it is there? I'm sure we all know this. Okay, let's come.
10 DCPs?
Yes, 10 DCP. So we will be looking at how we get those 10 DCPs also. And there are certain qualifying requirements. And also, like, in the current year, there is a change in the DCP or the Distinguished Club Program. So we will look into that also. All right. Is my screen visible, just the PowerPoint or the full screen mode?
No, it's the PowerPoint mode.
It's in PowerPoint mode, no? Okay. Somehow my system has gone slow.
Maybe it is a bit slow. Press F5.
Yeah. I've already pressed it. It's gone very slow. Let me just reshare. Okay, probably that will help. Okay. By the time it comes, can anyone tell me why we need this DCP? What is the purpose of it? Yes, we do have 10 DCP goals that we need to achieve and all that, but why is it required? What's the purpose of it?
To make the club, to promote the continuity of the club, to ensure that the club is running successfully, and we are meeting the requirements of members. We are meeting the requirements of having additional member requirements so that the continuity is maintained in the club.
Okay.
The pathway goals are to ensure that the members are also meeting their educational requirements. And Yes, and that by that, as a club, we are supporting the division as well as the members goal together.
Okay, great.
To
Now
measure
I'm
the
wondering.
quality, to measure
Sorry.
the quality of the club.
To measure the quality of the club, right?
Yes.
All right. Great. Anything else anyone has?
Goals encourage action. Or goals.
Success. Measure the
So
success of the club.
to encourage members to take actions, that is what we need these goals for. That's what you mean, right?
Yeah.
Okay. One more question let me ask. Do you think just having these DCP programs, all of this would, help the club to achieve the excellence?
The participation of members to achieve these goals is also very important.
Okay, great. Yeah, Toastmaster Jacob, I've just shared the presentation with you. If you can share it on the screen, then we can move ahead in that matter. I think that would be better. Okay, let me start off by saying, putting it in this manner, why we have the DCP. First and foremost, it is kind of like we are recognizing excellence. Now, yes, we do have members giving speeches, we have all this, everything that we do in the club. How are they going to be recognized? So the club itself, so I'm sure we all know that we have the distinguished status, the select distinguished, president distinguished, and this year we have the Smedley distinguished also. So all this recognition comes when we have the DCP. And the second thing is, what I would say is, especially for the club leaders, we say that it is kind of like a, let's say, a GPS for the club leaders. That means it helps to keep track of the club's progress, how to set goals, how far you have reached, how far more you need to go, what all improvements you need to make so that you reach that goal. So to have this kind of like a, you can say kind of like a benchmark, it helps the club leaders to keep track when we have something called DCP. Now just imagine you don't have a distinguished club program. Members come give speeches, they just keep giving speeches, we are not keeping track. Maybe we end up having the same member completing a lot of levels, maybe the other members are not engaged. All this could happen, like there's no proper structure, right? So this proper structure would come in when we have DCP in place. So that's the other point that I would say, it gives direction to our club leaders. And third, yes, it encourages the growth of our members, especially when it is encouraging the members to complete their speeches, the levels, the paths, as they get recognized for each of these completions. So it also encourages the growth of those members. And next is, I think someone mentioned here, it is promoting teamwork. Now, I don't think it's possible. I don't know. Do you think it is possible if only the club excom works towards reaching those DCP? Is it possible to get all those 10 DCP goals if only the club excom is going to work? Definitely not. You need the support from all of your club members also. So the excom and the members have to work together to reach that DCP. So that is kind of like promoting that teamwork also. So there's a shared vision and there's a shared responsibility among all the members in the club. And finally, it builds a healthy, active club. So that means you need to have, as someone already mentioned, we need to have new members joining in. We need to have that new perspective coming in. And we need to have regular meetings happening if we have to reach those DCP. Only then we'll be able to gain those points. So indirectly, it is promoting a healthy, active club. So these are some of the reasons, I would say. I'm sure there are more reasons you all would be able to come up with on why we have this distinguished club program in place, because this is going to help the clubs to be better. I would just simply put it like that. Right, so I hope that is clear why we have this DCP in place, because sometimes we all feel like, why do we have all these goals? Why are we just focusing on this DCP? So it's kind of like a structure to help you with moving forward, to help you in promoting a healthy club. That's what I would say. Yeah. Toastmaster Jakob, do you have the presentation? If you can share.
Yeah, Toastmaster Sampath will do it now.
Yeah,
Just a moment.
give me 1 minute. Yeah.
I think Safwan is shared. Thank you. Can you please go to the 4th slide? You can directly start from that. All right. So as we mentioned, the term starts from July 1st and ends on the next year, June 30th. Now we have 10 DCP goals that comes in place. And out of this, the most important are the education DCP goals. So we have 6 goals with respect to education. And this is also why we say VP education is the most important role in a club, because the VP education is going to be responsible for 6 out of the 10 DCP. Then you have 2 for membership. Then we have 1 for training and 1 for administration. Yeah. Can you please go to the next slide? Yes. So the first 6, that is the education DCP. How do you get it? The first one comes in when 4 of your members, 4 different club members complete their level 1. So 4 of your members complete level 1 means the club achieves the first DCP. The second one comes in when 2 of your members complete their level 2. And then when you have 2 more members completing their level 2, the third DCP comes in. And the fourth DCP is when 2 club members complete their level 3. The fifth and sixth are the same. That is, any one member completes either level 4 or path completion, or you get a DTM. That is the 5th point. And one more member completes a level 4 path completion or DTM, that comes to your 6th point. So this is how the first 6 DCP can be achieved by the club. It's completely related to the education part. So this is where all the members complete their speeches, and based on that, the club gets recognized with this 6 DCP. Yeah. Next, please. Yes. So 7th and 8th DCP is based on membership. When you have 4 new, dual, or reinstating members joining, you get the 7th, and 4 more members joining, you get the 8th. Now, new, I'm sure all of you know, it's a non-Toastmaster who comes and joins. That's a new member. Dual member is when an existing Toastmaster, that means someone who is already a member in another club, takes a membership in your club also. So that is dual membership. So even that gets counted towards this. Now, what is this reinstating member? Reinstating member is someone who was a member in your club, but they discontinued the membership, maybe for 1 term, or maybe for 2 or 3 months. But then after that, they have come back. So then you're reinstating that member, which means this person was a member in your club. This person is an old member in your club who discontinued the membership. Now that person is coming back to your club. So here you will be reinstating that member. So this is the difference between new, dual, and reinstating members. And 4 of these you add, you get 1 DCP, and 4 more you add, you get the next DCP. So this is your 7th and 8th DCP. Next, please. Then the 9th one would come in. Toastmaster Shailesh, if you have a question, maybe you can put it in the chat. I think we have a Q&A session at the end, and we would be able to take it up there. Yeah. Thank you. So 9th DCP. Now this is split into 2 parts. So you get a half DCP and a half DCP. This is completely on training. That is your club officer training. I hope all of you have attended the first court. So this is where when 4 of your club officers, 4 out of the 7, attend the first court, you get half of the DCP. Then during the second court, you attend, you get the second half. And that is how the 9th DCP comes in. Now, 4, when we say 4, it is the minimum required for you to attain this DCP. But still, we encourage all 7 club officers to attend because you need to be trained if you need to know how to do your work. One thing to note here is that even though our district encourages trainings for immediate past president, IPP is not counted towards the DCP. So if you have like president, VPE, VP membership and immediate past president attending the court, we do not have 4 club officers attending. It would only count as 3. So IPP's attendance do not count towards this. Okay, so that's something you need to keep in mind. Coming to the 10th one, that is the administration goal. This is where, again, this is split into 2. The first one is on-time payment of membership dues for 8 members. So we have, even though the Toastmaster term starts from July 1 until June 30th, the membership or the renewal term is from October to March and then from April to September. This is how the renewal periods come in. So that means for the October renewals, before September 30th, at least 8 members should have renewed. And similarly, for the April renewals, before March 31st, at least 8 members should have renewed. So this is, again, it's something can be easily achieved, but sometimes we do not take care, and maybe you renew 7 members and it becomes October 1, you have lost that DCP. But only good thing is on-time payment of either one of the term is enough to gain this half DCP. So keep this in mind when, if you're a treasurer or VP membership, keep this in mind when you're doing the renewals. Ensure you do it on time. And the next half is on-time submission of club officer list. So club officer list is that you submit. This is something that is done by the previous ExCom. So that means for the current term, to get this half DCP, before June 30th, your previous ExCom should have submitted the club officer list on the TI dashboard. Now this, where to do, how to do, the next trainer, Distinguished Toastmaster Bindu, will be explaining and she will be showing it to you how this can be done. And for us, the current club officers, we need to do this before next June 30th so that our next for the next term, the club gets this half DCP. So this is coming in that manner. Okay, so this is how you get all the 10 DCP. Yeah, can you please move to the next slide? Now here, distinguished club program, if you get 5 out of 10, you get distinguished, 7 is select, 9 is president, and 10 is medley distinguished, which is the new program. Next, please. Now, in addition to this, just gaining 5 DCP is not enough for the club to be distinguished. Okay, there are more requirements for the club to be distinguished or above. Can you please move to the next slide? Thank you. Yeah. So these are the qualifying requirements. One new thing that has come up this term is that the club success plan needs to be submitted before September 30th. This is very important. If you do not submit before September 30th, you have lost, you actually cannot even be distinguished. It doesn't matter. You get 10 DCP, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. So this is something you need to be very careful about, because once you go past this date, you cannot submit it and get it back. So please ensure you keep a deadline much before September 30th so that you have enough time to get your club success plan submitted. And we will be covering this also towards the end of today's training. Next one is this also, there's a change from this term on the membership part. So for the club to be distinguished, if you have your base membership as 20 or above, as on June 30th, you should have reached 20 members and the goal of 5. If your base membership is less than 20, then you need to have a net growth of 3 members. That means if your base membership was 10, as of June 30th, you need to have 13 members at least, along with 5 DCP for the club to be distinguished. Similarly, for select distinguished, again, if your base was 20 or above, you need to reach minimum 20 members. If your base was less than 20, you need to have a net growth of 5. If I take the same example, that is, if the base membership was 10, then by June 30th, you should have a membership of 15 and 7 DCP for the club to be select distinguished. For the club to be president distinguished, you need to have 20 members. Doesn't matter what your base membership was. Even if your base membership was 8, by June 30th, you need to have 20 members and 9 DCP for the club to be president distinguished. And the new program, that is the new recognition Smedley distinguished program, you need to have 25 members and 10 DCP. Here too, your base membership does not matter. Whatever your base membership is, by June 30th, you need to have 25 members and 10 DCP. So this is how your club can be Smedley distinguished. Okay, so I hope this is clear. In case any of you have questions or doubts, we will definitely take it during the Q&A session. Yeah. Can you please move to the next? Yeah. So this is how your dashboard would look like. Again, this will be explained more in detail by our next trainer, how you read it, where you can find this, and etc. Yeah, next slide. Yeah. So having said all this, what I would end this session is by saying that yes, we should definitely be aiming to get all those 10 DCP. We should be aiming to get that Smedley distinguished recognition, everything. But we should always keep in mind that that should not be what our main focus is. It should be it is, as I mentioned, it is just to give you a direction on how you take your club. But it shouldn't be only about this. DCP is not just about all these points. It is about building a quality club experience where every member thrives. And what I would say is, if your club has a quality meeting, it has a quality club experience where every member is improving and thriving, the DCP, it will happen by default. It will come in by default. So the DCP is there so that you have a direction in case you need to change some strategy. That is what the DCP is there for. So ensure you have a quality club experience. You ensure you have members who are engaged. Your DCP will happen. So let's all ensure that we have the maximum number of Smedley distinguished clubs in our district during this term. And it's a very new recognition and we should all aim for it, while also ensuring the quality club experience, right? So with this, I think, I hope the DCP part is clear for everyone. And as mentioned, in case there are doubts, you can please put it in the chat or you can ask during a Q&A session. Okay, and to take us forward, to explain the Club Central, which all the Club Excom should know about, and how to go through the dashboard, how you read the dashboard, I will invite next trainer, Distinguished Toastmaster Bindu Pillai, to take us forward. Over to you, Bindu. You can stop sharing the screen, Safwan.
Thank you, Naila. Let's have a big round of applause for our first trainer. She'll continue, but still, yes. A virtual round of applause. Are you able to hear me clearly?
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
So we are here now to go into the second part of the training, of the Division D training. Now, you all are club officers, at least area directors. I can see the area directors as well, and club officers, right? What is your tool? What is that you have in addition than the other members of the club?
Dashboard.
Club Central.
Every member can see. Every single member, not only single member, anyone in the world can see.
Base Camp Manager.
Base Camp Manager, okay.
Club Central.
Club Central. That is your powerful tool. Okay. How many of you have gone through the Club Central? I want to raise your hands. It's not a problem. You have just started the term. Even if you have not seen, you don't know, it doesn't matter. We are all here to learn. So I just want to know how many of you have gone through the Club Central? Now I have an idea. Can we then kickstart? I'll be sharing my screen now. Can you all see my screen? Sorry, thank you. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. I am not a club officer of any club. I'm part of 2 clubs, but I'm not a club officer. So hence I had to request the Division D TLI Chairs account to show you the Club Central. So this is your only for you, right? As a member of Toastmasters International, I have access to the portal, but I don't have access to Club Central. But you have that option. So now when you log in with your email and your password, right? As soon as you log in, you land into your homepage, right? This is the homepage that you see with if you have uploaded your photo, you will see your photo here. You will see when you have joined and all those details. And this is called your homepage, right? Once you reach into your homepage, when you move down, you have something called the Leadership Central. In the Leadership Central, you have a tool which is called the Club Central. Okay. Now let's do it together. If you all are in front of the laptop or a mobile, you can open your profile, your portal, and then get into the Club Central with me. I'm sorry, it has been a while, so it would have be gone. Okay. Oh, okay. It's okay. So Club Central. Now this is your Club Central, which is your tool where all of you officers will have something to participate in, right? Let's start with the first set, or let's see the divisions that we have. We have club membership, we have a club management, and what we have is resources and reports. Now let's go to the club membership, okay? It's a bit too fast in clicking. Let's go to the club membership. Now, from the new the new portal, there have been many changes. Initially, we had something called membership management, but now you have membership management as well as prospective member management, right? Now, this is specifically for our VP memberships. Not only for the VP membership, but the main set of user who would access this would be our VP membership and our treasurer, our president. These are the main people who would be accessing this particular section. And let's go to the membership management. What do you see there? Now, each time you want to see all your members who have registered, who are members in your club. You come here, you can see all of them. What is their payment history? Know that like whether they have paid till are they current members? Because there'll be some members who have not paid in this particular term. Now, which are the 2 terms? Can anyone unmute? Naila did say that the Toastmasters year starts from July 1st to June 30th. But what are the 2 terms, the financial terms of Toastmasters, where you have to pay your membership dues?
1st April to 30th September and 1st October to 31st March.
Excellent. So it is 1st April to 30th September and 1st October to 31st March. And that means on the 1st of April and the 1st of October, your payment is due, right? So here it clearly shows you each of those members who have photos. Photos are available. If not, like let's say this particular member for the club KF Toastmasters is unpaid. He has paid only till March 31st. Right? So this also comes in for the one term, it comes here, and for the next term, if he has not renewed, it will be removed from this list. And what if you want to get a list of all these members? You can always have an export option where you can export to a Excel sheet. Let's say it's a comma separated file or CSV or an Excel sheet. You can convert it to that. Or if you want to take a print, you can always take a print as well. Right? So this is what happens here. Now, why do you want to get into this? This is when you want to add a member. You have a member you had a member who was a guest. He hasn't showed interest. He has filled the member application form, given it to the VP membership. VP membership comes in immediately. He clicks on his add member. Now, what are the options that you have when you do the add member? Click on it.
I think only VPM
It's a
can
bit
add the
slow.
members.
Yeah.
Only VPM can add the members, or
No, nothing like that.
Treasurer can add, I think. I used to add.
No. There shouldn't be any restriction. Okay.
VP membership.
No,
Will
all
there be any
7
problem
club
as such,
officers.
Naila? Because he's a surgeon at arms. Not that I'm aware of. Any club officer should be able to add a member.
Club officer can add now.
Any club officer should be able to add.
Yeah, all 7.
All 7 can do now.
I am sorry, I'm not able to show you this. Is there anyone whose profile has that add member option? Can you share? Okay. Meanwhile, how many type of members are there? We have new member, we have reinstated member, we have renewing member, right? What else? Have you all heard about transfer members? We have something called transfer members as well. Is anyone showing up? Sampath, will you be able to?
Yes,
Safan, do you have?
I'm logging now.
Okay. Safan, will you have okay, anyone, doesn't matter. So meanwhile, I'll just go ahead. What are the different kind of members? Oh, now it came up. Oh, at last. So it was a bit slow.
Yeah,
I think
it
the
was
site, the site is a bit slow. It is giving me already an information. Okay. So yes, okay. So we prove that it is not any club officer should be able to add a member. So we have two options, whether are you a dual or a reinstated member. Now, what is a dual member? If you are a member in more than one club, you are a dual member. If you are a reinstated member, what does a reinstated member mean? That means you have missed one term, at least a minimum of one term. You are a reinstated member for that matter. If you are a new member, that means totally new. You have not registered in Toastmasters International, and this is where this will be a new member. Okay. Now let's say you are adding a new member. What will you do? You select the new member. You enter the details because you have a member application form. Based on the member application form, you fill in the details: the last name, the first name, middle name. Make sure the names are typed in correctly, because what happens is once it is entered, it's a bit difficult to correct the name part. The remaining everything is okay. They can still go ahead and edit. Then we'll have to write to TI. So make sure you're entering it accurately. Gender, mobile numbers, the primary email. This is very important because this turns to be your login ID, right? Then comes the country and the base address. So make sure that you enter all the important fields. And then the last thing, the very important one, don't forget who has referred that guest to your club. So please mention who it is. So it will show up a list of all the members in your club. Just go ahead and select the appropriate member and make sure that you give the credit to that member, right? So he then gets considered for the individual sponsorship history on his profile, on that particular member's profile. It will show up that he has sponsored this particular member. So this is how you do. Once you get into all that, once you do all that, you can choose a preference. This is only for TI, whether you prefer mails or phones from the TI. You can select anything that you want. Doesn't matter. Later on, the member can correct it as well. And once that is done, you can select this if you want some sort of an assistive technology, something like a smart reader to read your page and all that. If not, then you can choose how the payment due will be submitted. Is it by you will be doing on your own or any other club officer will do? You can select the option, select that you confirm the details and submit. And that's it. Your membership will be added. Again, will not be registered in the club until the payment is done. How much is the payment? It is $60 for the entire term. And if you're joining mid-term, it will be on a pro rata basis. So if we take $10 per month, right? So until the end of the term. So this is how it will be. So you can pay that amount and then only the member will be registered to the club. And let's say you have added a member, it will show up as the card that you saw. But then after 30 days, if you have not paid, it will be automatically removed from the list. Is it clear for all of you? Can I move ahead? Let's say you want to add a no or dual, a dual member. He's not a new member, you want to add a dual member or a reinstated member, anything doesn't matter. In this case, you select the first option. You just have to give the last name and the member ID or the email with which he or she would have registered to Toastmasters International. Once you do that, the system checks for that particular member ID or the email and pops up. And if it is not there, if the email is not registered or this member ID doesn't exist, it will clearly show you that the member is not found, and then you will have to enter it as a new member or write to TI to do an advanced search for that particular member. Now, this is the format that you see how you have to enter the member number, that is PN 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 8 digits. So PN followed by 8 digits. So if your member ID has only 7, make sure that you add a 0 before it. Okay, so PN-0 something. So this is how it will be. So hopefully you're clear with this. I'm moving back to the membership management. Club Central, Club Membership. Now we go something called the prospective member management. This is again for the VP memberships. So in case you have a guest, right? So you can track. So for your tracking, what you can do, you can add those members here. And once you enter the guest information form, right, you enter the contact email of the guest, immediately a mail is being sent. I know it will take time, so I just wanted to show you the mail that is sent to my second email ID. Okay, so it shows something like this. A club officer of KEF Toastmasters would like to complete their guest information form to help them keep in touch, go to form so that we can enter all the details. So this is from the club officer, Club Surgeon at Arms, KEF Toastmasters. So this is like a mail that will go to them, like an invitation to the club, but with their details to be filled. Right? So this is how it will be. Hopefully you can see this. This is like a mail directly from Toastmasters International. This is how you get it. Okay. So this is make use of such options that you have. Now this is for the VPM. Now let's move to the club management. Hopefully it is clear. I'm not able to toggle between my screen and the gallery. So is everything okay? Host, can you unmute and say?
Yes.
Let's proceed. Yeah. Now moving ahead with club management. Now what are these? Now these are for the entire club XCOM. Okay. Now club contact and the meeting information. Very, very important that you update this data. Make sure this is the very first thing that the club XCOM must look into when you have started the term. Make sure your contact phone, your website, if you have a website, doesn't matter. Email address, the Facebook ID, whatever you have, is completely added. Okay, make sure it is up to date. Maybe from the previous term data is kept, but whoever is the right contact for you need not be the XCOM. Anyone who is the right contact, please make sure that you add their details. Then there is something called the self-pay. Either that is again in your club, how your club decides, how your club XCOM takes a decision that whether you want to enable the self-pay or not. So any enable self-pay, what happens? The member can pay their dues themselves. If not, if there's a club that is conducting an on-site meeting, of course, there will be more cost incurred. So what happens is the treasurer collects the fees, right? In addition to the club fees. So in that case, we disable and keep it. If you want to enable it, please make use of this, especially for the online clubs. It will be very helpful. Make sure your meeting locations is updated. Very important. You might be struggling between many locations, but at least the one which is very common, if you can put, it will be very helpful, because when people look, when a non-Toastmaster searches for something, what is Toastmaster or a Toastmasters club near me, they will be directed to something called a Find a Club page in Toastmasters portal. And when they do, they search for areas, and this area will be highlighted. They list a number of clubs yours should be one of the clubs, right? So this is why this is very important. You have to make sure that you add it very clearly. Meeting schedule, have you updated it? Last term, it might have been a different schedule. You would have taken a decision to update it, would have taken the permission from all the members. Then make sure this term that this data is updated or not, right? Once you do all these changes, make sure you save it. This is one time set, but at least make sure that this is done. So this is with the club contact and meeting information. Very important that you do that you set it up at the start of the term. Then let's go to the club officer assignment. This is exactly what Naila had told about the administration goal. One of the administration goal, part 2 of the administration goal, is that the previous term should have updated the club officers. Let's say what you do is the previous term you'll be able to see 2 terms because there was an option for the past XCOM to update the officers. Now when you open, you will see the current term. So post July 1st, you will see the current term. Make sure the officers are correct. Everything is updated. This is final. Okay. So this make sure that the club officers, all your club officers information is updated here. Moving back. Am I going a bit fast or is it okay? Are you able to catch it?
It's okay.
It's okay. Now let's move ahead. There's the very crucial thing here. This is called the club success plan, right? Naila will take this in detail, but still make sure not during the start of the term, not by September 30th, every month, when you are meeting for your XCOM, make sure just go through that, review and see where you can make a change, where you can improve, what is your current status, what was your initial plan. If you cannot meet it, can you update it? Make sure now club success plan is so easy. It is it's online. You can edit it any number of times. You can set action goals. Every single officer can set action goals and make sure that it is completed on time. So please go through this particular section. I'm not going in detail. It requires some time. Naila will take it. Club demographics is almost the same as what we saw earlier. Okay, the club name. Now this will include the club name, all those details, officer term, whether it is annual, club type, what is the club type it has. It's a community club, it's a college club. You know, what kind of a club this is? Is it a corporate club? When it comes to officer term, this is already being assigned earlier, so that's why it does not allow me to change here. There are 2 options. You can have it annually, that is, you can have an officer who runs through the entire 1 year, 2 terms, or semi-annually, that is 1 term, like 6 months term, right? So this is also option is there. There are many clubs, especially in the Europe and US, that they run their officers like 6 months, and so that they keep changing. And that is one of the reasons why you have 2 club officer trainings. Okay. Moving ahead, membership composition. Is there any sort of restrictions? Okay. Is it an alumni? It's an employee club. It's like all the individuals who had certain educational requirements. There are many things. So for our club, for this particular club, they have mentioned no restrictions. The main language. What is the main language of the club? This is mentioned here. The meeting format is in-person, online, hybrid. This is also mentioned here. Make sure you keep this updated, right? So in case of an online meeting, then you can give the online meeting ID, what you have. Then who is your primary contact? It is usually the president. You can select anything. So his shipping address keeps showing here and submit the same. So make sure you go through all these, and these are actually the data is updated in your club central. Moving again, addendum of standard club options. Have any one of you gone through this? What are your standard club options, and have you gone through the addendum or made any change ever? For some reason, I have a difficulty in seeing all the. Okay. Have you ever seen any idea, anything? Have you ever gone through this earlier? Yes, no, I can't see anything. Okay. Okay, let me take you through this. Very interesting one. Okay. Now, for this particular club, the club name last modified was today, okay, because I looked into it. Earlier, it was when I looked into it, it was something like number 2023. Last modified by Yakub. Of course, sorry, Yakub, I used your account to look into the details. So it's 100% complete. It was the same, 100% completed. So your club name, membership, dues and fees, meetings, officers, these are the sections. Let's access them one by one. Okay. So this is how it looks. And I just want you to check that everything is okay. Now you are going to update some of the club options that you have. Now I do. Okay. Let's say the club name, any change, we can make it here. I'm sure we don't want to make a change, so we'll move ahead. Then comes the membership composition. Does your club have any restrictions in membership? Then you say yes. Okay, if otherwise no. Continue. Does your club allow honorary membership? That is like any kind of free membership, for example, and the term for that. Okay, 1 year. Let's say you have some charter members or some founder member and you want to give a honorary membership, you can always give them. Okay, that is one example of such thing. Then what currency does your club collect dues and fees? So it was always USD mentioned here, so we keep it as the same. Does your club collect fees other than the Toastmasters membership fee? Of course, yes, because we are in an in-person club. Now, who gets charged additional fees? And it's only the active members. We don't take any money from the inactive members, reinstating members, transferring members. No, it's only from the active members. So that is what they ask us. Proceeding on, active member fees. So roughly, this is the amount in USD that we collect. So whatever you collect, roughly make a calculation and put it there. Does the above include the Toastmasters membership fee? Yes. So we are abiding. We are saying that, okay, these are how our club performs, right? Active member fees, how are we paying it? Is it every 6 months, annually, monthly, quarterly? All this can be mentioned by, so the next fees, when I selected every 6 months, is naturally due by additional fee due dates. No, what are the next fees due? It is by March 15. No, in fact, it should be September 15. Additional fee due is by September 15. Regular and executive committee meetings, we are telling them, when we will meet. So a meeting schedule is 2nd and 4th Sunday, in person only, and the location, etc., etc. Now, for the executive committee meetings, we say that we meet monthly. Does your club have any additional officer roles? No, we don't. We follow the same 7+1, which is our immediate past president. What term length do officers we serve? We serve a full year. If you are a half-year club, you can always select the half-year. And in case there's a change, you were following something when you saw this and you have a change, you can always make a change now. Okay. Rules of order, we follow the TLI format, which is the Robert's Rule of Order, the parliamentary procedure, what they do. If it is anything other, you have to explain in detail here. And that's it. So you have all your details, whatever is done, and submit. Okay. So maybe I am just quitting this. I don't want to submit anything. I'm quitting this. I'm back. So I hope you understood this. Now, this is a very, very, very important. Please follow this. Club events. By now, your club XCOM should have met or should be meeting very soon. Plan out now itself. Have a calendar in place. This month, I'm going to do this in alignment with the district. Also has shared a calendar. So in alignment with that, make your plan. When are you going to conduct your open house? When are you conducting a speakathon? When would the planned level speakers complete their speeches? What is their availability? Make a plan in place, right? When is your anniversary meeting? When is your contest dates? All this can be planned with the current scenario, and make sure you keep adding that event here. So every event that you add, it will be like the event name, whatever you want to give, anniversary meeting, 15th anniversary meeting, whatever it is. Even is it an open house or a speakathon or a speech contest, whatever you want. These are the three kind of events that TI recognizes. So you can mention all that. The date of the event, the start time and end time, meeting type, is online, is it hybrid, or is it in person? Make sure you enter all this. And do you want it to be shown in the Finder Club? Then make yes, so that it will be shown here. And if any member searches on the Finder Club and finds your club, it will also show the next meeting is on this day, this is the event, right? So make sure that you explore this option. Now, moving ahead, club financials is all the payments that the treasurer have done or any other officer has done on for the members. It will all be shown here. So this is all of the previous term that has been paid. So all this will be shown here. Quick view. You can have a view of it. You can click on this and you show the receipt. What is the payment that has been made, right? So this is all about the club financials. I'm going a bit fast. The club achievements, a very important one. This is where you understand the value of this Medley Award, the Top Cup Award, the Beat the Clock Award, the President Distinguished Clubs, the DCP status that you earn at the end of the term, right? So all these then is when you realize what is important, because it is marked in history. It is there in the Toastmasters portal for the years. And when further down, 10 years down the lane, you will see, oh, okay, my club achieved this. See, I can see my club achieved a President Distinguished status back in 2012. So similarly, so this is where, the importance of Smetley, Tuck Up, Beat the Clock, or your DCP status comes into picture. So make sure that it is recorded in history. Okay. Now, once you go to all that, then we have our resources and reports, right? What is your club officer tools? It just takes you to a page on Toastmasters where you can get to see what you can use. Okay, I'll just quickly take you there. I don't want to spend some time. It is just a page. You have here the club leadership handbook. Make sure you go through this. This is a very important book. Download and keep. Anything about the Distinguished Club Program, what Naila is going to say, is already mentioned here. Addendum of standard club options, we went online anyways. You don't have to look anymore. Club officers always do a self-evaluation from time to time, at least quarterly. So it makes sure you're on the right path. There's a 360-degree evaluation that we can share with others and get an evaluation of by the end of the term, maybe. The new member experience survey. After 30 days after joining, make sure you hand this over, the survey, to a new member and let them tell you what is their experience of the club. So all this improves the quality, right? So make use of all these tools. Then comes the eligibility assistant. This will help you when, let's say, you're planning for a speech contest. The speech contest mandates that you are a paid member. How will you know all these details? Then what do? You go for a eligibility contest, eligibility criteria assistant. You enter the member ID and the last name. It will show you, let's say, so it immediately says the member profile is Bindu Pillai and she's a district administration manager, so she's not eligible to contest. So any district officers are not, right? So by this, at least you know that I'm a paid member. All these details are shown immediately, right? This is where this comes into picture. I need to take you through the very important one, which is the distinguished performance report. Before that, the administrative reports, you have options about current membership, your past officers, your charter members, all these can be taken from the administrative reports, right? Wire transfer instructions you can ignore. Let's move on to the distinguished performance report. Now this, make sure that you remember this, this particular URL, dashboards.toastmasters.org. That is all what you need to get into your page. What you need to do is search for your club. If you know your club number, search for your club number. If you know your club name, you can search for it anyway, and then you come to this particular screen. Can you see the screen? This is where exactly now it's just the start of the term. TI has not completed their, they have not refreshed their dashboard yet. They're still working on it. So you will see the last status of any club. So even if you log in now to your club, it will show you the last status. Doesn't matter. This is more than enough. Now, let's see how it is. You have the club number, you have the club name, the status. So when you start the term, you won't find any status here. It will be blank, right? It will show you the charter date. Now, what is the club alignment? It is showing you that what is the address of your club? Where do you belong? You have a club number, belongs to region 8 in this. Let's go the other way. You belong to area 15, division D, district 116, which comes under region 8. And then directly to Toastmasters International, right? So this is how it is. Now, what is membership? Membership base, that is, we started off last year, July 1st, 2024 with 31. And when we ended at June 30th, we were 32. So we have met the membership base plus 1. Now, the required members was 20. We have reached 32. So one qualifying criteria, what she had mentioned, but again, she mentioned about the new term. The last term is already met. Now, goals would be 10. Total DCP goals are 10. For distinguished, you need 5. Select distinguished 7. President distinguished 9. And for the new term, now there will be one more, which is medley distinguished, which will show 10. Right? Now, these are the 4 different sections. You have education, membership, training, and administration. Education, 6 goals. She had gone through the details. So it clearly says you need 4 level 1, 2 level 2, 2 more level 2. That means it's not from the same member. Huh? There's a control in place here. 2 level 3, 1 level 4, 5 or DTM award. Again, another level 4, 5 or DTM award. So what happens when you come and see here, okay, I should work on my level 2 because I don't have any more. I should work on my level 3 or I should work on my level 4, right? So the president or the ExCom gets to understand this and then work accordingly. This is where you will revisit the club success plan and see why have you not reached that level 3 goal by this date. This is what you would have planned in the club success plan. So this is where this is the eye opener for you, right? This is why we have to see your steps. Moving ahead, when it comes to the membership goals, they have asked to add new members, 4 new members, and again another 4 new members. So where are you in terms of membership? You have been conducting open house, youth leadership program, speech craft, doesn't matter. But where are you? Have you, whatever you planned in the beginning, are you there? If not, it's time to revisit your club success plan, right? Training. Have you attended the mandatory 2 club officer trainings conducted by the district? 1 before the start of the term, that is in June, somewhere in June. 1 would be from November to December, any time frame, right? So this is, have you attended? At least, as Naila said, at least minimum 4 have to attend. Make sure all your club officers are trained. Give the best to your club because your club needs that, right? Club needs trained club officers. Finally, the administration goal, we already saw one part of it. This is this part of it that you saw. The second is when you pay the dues. When you pay the dues, make sure at least minimum of 8 members in your club pays the renewal fees, out of which 3 of them should be from the previous term. That is, they should be continuing members. They should be renewing members from the previous term, right? If you have that criteria met already, this will be ticked. You will see yes with a 1 in the first term. In the second term, you will see yes with a 2, right? Is this clear for you? Can someone unmute and say? There's one more tab called the club performance. What you can do is you don't have to view all this, but yes, expand or collapse accordingly. Move to your division, doesn't matter. Go to your particular area and see where you are. So this will show you an overall picture of all the clubs in the district and see where you belong, right? It shows you where you started with, where you are till now in terms of membership, how many goals you have achieved till date. When you have something disabled, that means you have not yet achieved that goal, but there are other clubs which have received it, right? In terms of education, membership, training, but this is an overview picture of the entire district. Make sure to have the competitive mindset and see what is happening. Okay, and your administration. So this is what this entire thing will show you. So this is another place. So you have your individual club status and your club performance. So is that clear for you, all of you?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Now with this, I think I'll wait for the question and answers. I know that definitely there will be some question and answers. We'll take it at the last, and I hand over the session back to our first trainer, Naila Raswan. Is there a break in between? No, right?
No break, no break.
No break, no break. We'll go.
See you, Naila.
Thank you so much, Bindu, for that wonderful session. Let's all give her a huge round of applause. Where is everyone? I see white screens and black screens. Even the white screens are empty. I'm going to check all of you, whether how many of you are listening. I have 2 questions for all of you. Who is a sponsor?
The one who is inviting to the club and converting as a member.
Okay, great. Okay, Yakub was listening. You're a TLI chair. You definitely listening. Okay, someone else tell me, where do we find the club success plan?
In the club central.
No, DDD. No, it's not for you. It's for the club officers. Tell me where you find the club success plan.
Club Central.
Great. VPE. Great, Toastmaster Sumita. So I guess all of you were listening in. So this section, I will be explaining how you can fill up that club success plan. Now, once again, I'll remind all of you, we need to get this done before September 30th. Still, I would suggest, I know we are all on vacation, July, August, and all that, but personally, I would suggest keep maybe August 31st as your deadline, and worst case scenario, September 15th as your deadline to submit the club success plan. Because if you keep September 30th, it's like it gets postponed. Sometimes maybe you get busy towards the end of September and then you miss to submit it. So always keep a buffer so that you have enough time to get it done before September 30th. So this is something you should all be discussing in your first Club XCOM meeting. If you have not had a Club XCOM meeting so far, ensure you have it done within the next 1 week itself. We are halfway through the first month. So this has to be your first priority. All right. So I will share the screen and I will take you through how you can go ahead with your club success plan. So now, as Bindu has already shown you, Club Success Plan is, now when you log in, you will see the Club Central here under Leadership Central, and this is where you can find the Club Success Plan. And just to be more clear, now Club Central access is available only for the Club XCOM members. All the 7 Club XCOM members have access to Club Central. Your other members, and including immediate past president, do not have access. All right. So this is available to all the 7 Club XCOM only. So this is where you will be finding the club success plan under the club management section. This is where you will find it. Now, if you're a member in multiple clubs and if you're in the XCOM of multiple clubs, all the club names would come in. Now, currently I'm XCOM only in one club. The others, this is from the previous term, so it's showing up. So currently I'm a XCOM in only in Transcend. So which means you will not have that option. It will directly come. If you are a member in multiple, then the club name also would come in. Yeah. Now under club management, this is where you find club success plan. Now, unfortunately, I've already opened this once when I did the same session previously 2 weeks back. But if you are opening this for the first time, you will get a screen that asks you to choose. Okay, so this is not the screen that you will be seeing when you open up. It will be a screen giving you 2 options. One option is you can go ahead with filling your club success plan as part of a PDF. That is the offline version. The second option would be to choose whether you want to go ahead with the online version of Club Success Plan. So you have both the options available. Either you go with the offline version where you just fill up the PDF, or you go ahead with the online version, which I will show you right now. Now, this decision has to be taken by your ExCom. It's not a decision to be taken by the president alone or the VPE alone, or maybe just the president and VPE discusses. No, you have to ensure you discuss this within your ExCom, and as an ExCom, you take a decision whether you're going to go ahead with the offline version or the online version, and you choose it. They will also ask you to tick saying that this is the decision taken by your Club ExCom, and then you submit. So this will come only for the first time you open. So now I already selected the online version, which is why that screen is not coming in. This comes in. Okay. Now, if you have selected the online version, this is the screen that would come up. That is the Club Success Plan. And you can see something called Program Year over here. So here you can even see the previous years. If your club submitted the Club Success Plan, maybe the online version or something, you can click on it and you will be able to see it. So you can access the previous year's Club Success Plans also in case you want to go through it. Okay, so that can be done over here. Now moving down, this is how it would look like. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 mandatory segments that you need to fill in. One is education, membership, training, and administration. And when you look at it, you can see these are the segments which we just explained regarding DCP. Right? In DCP, you have 4 segments: education, membership, training, and administration. And the Club Success Plan also has these 4 segments, and these are mandatory to be filled. And there are 2 final options, that is committee values and processes and planning process contributors. We'll go through each of this. Now, these are optional. Okay. And as you fill in, it will also show you how much percentage you have completed. Now, once you have completed 100% in all these 4, only then this option would get enabled, where you can submit the Club Success Plan. So once it's all filled up, this will be enabled and you can just click on it and your CSP would be submitted. So this is how you would be submitting it. All right. Now I'll take you through each one of it. So the first time you come in, you will see that it is all start option. So this is something I already did it once. That's why it is showing the edit. But first it will be all start. So let me just take you through it. The education part. Now the online version, it's very easy to fill. It's very interactive. It actually gives you the overall view of where your members stand, all this. So it's much easier to do the online version if you ask me. According to me, this is much better than the offline, the PDF version. Okay. Now here again, it explains what the first 6 goals are about, how you can get it, what we have already gone through. The next is, it gives you all the members in your clubs named comes in. And if they are doing multiple parts, it comes like this. So you can see this member has 2 parts that this person is currently doing. You can see that. You can scroll down here and all the member names would come in, and it also show you where they stand. So now you can see here Toastmaster Arkil, he has already completed 2 levels in engaging humor. So which means I can target for his level 3. 3, 4 and path completion, but I cannot target for him for level 1 unless he chooses a new path, right? So whom I can target for level 1, I have Toastmaster Abdul Ghafoor, I have Toastmaster Amar, and I have Hiba. So yeah, so you can see I am there with a new path for level 1. So here in this way we know where each member stands and which member we can target for each level. Similarly for level 2, 3, 4, 5 path completion, everything can be done. So how you do this is, now as mentioned, we need at least 4 members for completing level 1, right? So let me just select, okay, I'm going to target this person, 2, 3, and maybe the 4th one is myself of 4. So you can see it gets added on towards the right side, which are the members I have selected. And it also shows you 4 out of 4. That means it shows a green tick mark. All the 4 whom I'm targeting is done. Now, who am I going to target for level 2? Let's say, okay, I'm going to choose her. I need 2 members, right? Okay, I'm going to choose Toastmaster Joy. So now that is done. The third DCP, I need 2 more people to complete level 2. So I guess you understand, right? This is how you go ahead and choose for each of the levels. So you can see easily without having to go to each member and asking which level are you going to complete next, which is the one next. So no, we don't need to go and check. Instead, we get the entire details over here. And the final one more, what you can see is for the Distinguished Toastmaster Award, in case you have any member whom you are expecting to become a DTM during this term, you can select that person's name also, and that would also come in over here. So this is how you do all the education part for all the 6 DCP goals. Now, when you move downwards, you can see there are certain questions. Again, you need to discuss this during your XCOM meeting with your XCOM members and fill this up. So how are you going to motivate the members to go through the education programs? How are you going to motivate them to give their speeches? What are the obstacles, the hurdles that you have where members are not completing their projects? Okay, so fill these up. And finally, you can see something called action item. Now, this is also very important. So action item could be anything like to achieve these, that is the 6 DCP, to achieve the level completions. What is it that you're going, what is your strategy to get this done? And who is going to be responsible for this? Simple example, maybe you can just say you're targeting one member to complete any one level, right? You can just mention that. And who is going to be responsible to ensure that particular member completes that level? So you can choose that person's name. And when we are going to start date probably from right now, and due date, by which date you're targeting for that member to do that level completion. Give the due date and what are the resources that you would be making use of it. All this you can give. If you have any additional notes you want to add, you can add. Okay, and then save and submit. So in this manner, you can keep adding action items for each of the segment in the club success plan. You will find this in every segment. Okay. Now the third part is it asks whether how familiar your members are with the pathways learning experience. So you can choose based on how it is for your club. How does your club promote pathways? What is it that you do? Do you do in education modules? Does the VPE ensure he or she meets with the members? All this, and it could be anything. And how does the club prepare when you have a new member coming in? How does the club help that person to enroll into pathways, to go through the base camp? Who is responsible to show them how to access the base camp, how to do the access the speech resources, get the evaluation form? So who is it responsible? All that, mention it over here. And similarly, you can have, again, action items are present here. So probably you can give something like who is responsible to take a member through base camp. Maybe it's your VPE, or maybe you have subcommittees in your VPE. In that, one person is responsible. You can give that person's name or in that manner. So you have to come up with the action items based on what your club is planning. Okay, so this is the first segment of education part. All right. So I'm not saving it. I'm just going to cancel and come back. The second part is the membership. Now, this is where I think we have the 7th and the 8th DCP, right? That is based on membership. So here in the membership part, it just asks you how you are planning to attract guests, how you plan to get new members, convert them as new members, those kind of things. Okay, so let me just start it. Here also, this is also the who is responsible. So again, all these action items, it comes in each and every segment over here. Okay. Yeah. Here, what I have mentioned, the qualifying requirement, which we went through at the beginning, that is once again mentioned over here also. Okay. So what is your membership goal by June 30th for your club? You would have some membership goal, right? And how do you motivate? The first step is how you motivate the retention. Retention is your first step, and then new members. So how are you going to ensure your current members are going to renew in your club? What strategies do you have for that? How are you going to gain new members? So again, action items for these two things you can add over here. Probably it could be, you're planning to conduct an open house. So who is going to be responsible for the open house? Which is the due date by when you plan to conduct this open house? Maybe you plan to have speakathons so that you ensure you keep your club members engaged. So it could be any of this. Any of this could be your action items. Come up with them during ExCom meeting and add them over here. All right. So I'm again going to just cancel it. Moving on to the third part, that is the training segment. This is the 9th DCP, right? That is about club officer training. So start here again, it will show you or explain to you what that 9th DCP is. And it will give you the list of all the club officers in your club with their names. And you will see COT 1 and COT 2. Both the columns will be there, right? So yeah, you can see, right? This is COT 1, this is COT 2. So are you, now there's a confusion that usually comes in. That is, is this like, how many, like maybe in your first COT only these 4 club officers attended. So this does not mean you tick only the 4 who attended and you submit. No, this is your plan for your club success. That means your plan is to ensure all the 7 officers attend the COT, right? So choose all 7 for both the COT. Then that should be your goal, that all 7 club officers are going to attend. And here you can see the green tick mark and the goal that you're aiming for. And again, you have questions like, how are you going to motivate the officers to attend this COT? And what are the action items? Maybe the action item could be ensuring all the officers attend. Who is going to be responsible to ensure they attend? What are you going to do? All those kind of things you can add over here. So this is pretty straightforward segment. And finally, you have the administration part. In administration part, I think the first question that comes up is who is responsible for the renewals. Remember, the first half of administration is about on-time payment. So you have to choose the member who is going to be responsible for that. Usually it is the club treasurer, right? So you can choose the treasurer's name. The second one is, I think, who's responsible for submitting the club officer list. And that is usually, it is to be done by the club secretary. Okay, yeah. So membership renewal dues, who is responsible, officer list, who is responsible, choose, and strategies. What are the obstacles you have in achieving these 2 goals and what can be done to overcome them? Also, the action items for this. So how are you going to ensure you have those renewals happening on time? What is your action item for it? You can add that also here. So that's it about the administration part. Okay. Now let me take you through the final 2. It is optional, but I would still recommend that you go through it and fill it up, because those questions are to help you to decide how you would handle certain situations. Like I think the first question is, what are the core values that your ExCom is going to go by? And if you come across any differences of opinion, how are you going to take your final decision? If there are any conflicts, how are you going to resolve it? Those are the kind of things. Yeah. What are the club ExCom, how it will follow the TI values? How will decisions be made? How will the ExCom resolve differences of opinion? How will the club ExCom be held accountable for its responsibilities? Then, when was the last time the moments of truth was held? Was it beneficial when it was held? Were the members motivated to attend the meetings? Are they motivated to take up meeting roles? If not, what is stopping the members from attending meetings or from taking up roles? What are the issues you're facing? And what are your strategies to ensure this does not happen, right? So these are the things you can fill up in this part. And finally, it is the process contributors. So that means now you have filled up all these different segments, right? All the different parts. So who are the people who have contributed towards all this? That's the last part. That is the planning process contributor. So in your club success planning part, which members have contributed towards it? And to maybe even to achieve those level completions, which are the members who will be contributing towards it. All that you can mention here. Yeah. So these are the planning process contributors. Now you can see it's not just the XCOM, you have all the members. So, so initially these are all my XCOM members, and below the line you can see the other members, right? So that means club success plan, it's not necessary that it is only the XCOM who is going to be involved in maintaining this or creating this CSP. You could have other members. Maybe, you have these subcommittees. Maybe they are also contributing towards it. So you can, select them also and save it. So you can add all this information over here. And once all of this is done, then you submit the submit buttons becomes active, and you can submit the club success plan. So this is how the club success plan would be done. And the offline version is the same thing you have in a PDF format. That is it. There's no other difference. It's just that it is not online. The same questions, same things, you have it as a PDF. The only difference is the options that you saw for the education part, where each member name comes in and you know where they stand in each level. That is not going to come up for your PDF version, because it's just a PDF. So you have to fill up the members' names and which levels you're going to target them for. So that's the only difference you would see. Maybe I can just give you a glimpse of that PDF so you know how it looks. Let me just quickly share that also and show you. Okay. Yeah, this is your PDF version. So you can see it is the same thing that you have done online. Okay, so you have the committee values, then similarly, the next part is the moments of truth was done. What are your strategies? So this is the education part. Whom are you going to target for each of the levels? You just have to give the members' names over here. And similarly, you have the education goals, the training membership, all the same thing. Okay, and finally, you would have to get the signatures from the Club XCOM and I think 3 other members also. That's it. So this is the offline version of it. It's quite simple, but you need to get this done before September 30th. And as Bindu has already mentioned, once you have done the club success plan, that does not mean it is done and dusted. Maybe you just leave it over there. No, you need to revisit it as often as possible, because the plan is done. Not necessarily things go according to plan, right? You might have to change it. So you will know this only if you're going to revisit it. So if you're going to change it, you can go back and edit and change it also. Yeah. And before I end, one final thing that I would tell you or show you here is this. Now we can plan for everything. You plan, you have your club success plan, everything done, but that's not enough. Your plan is only as strong as the execution. So unless and until you execute whatever you have planned in your club success plan, nothing matters. So ensure you have a solid plan in place and ensure you execute it, implement it effectively. Only then you will be able to guide your club towards excellence. So I hope this session was clear. Any questions? We can take it up during the Q&A segment. So I think I will hand over to our Q&A moderator, Toastmaster Sakshi.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Naila and Toastmaster Bindu. Amazing, amazing explanation. I like the fact that you showed it throughout with examples for us to understand now that, especially that the website is updated. There were a couple of things I have seen for the first time as well. So thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I am pretty sure that you guys have mastered it, and now we will master it too. So yes, thank you. And for the Q&A session, I am Sakshi. I will be your moderator. Initially, my plan was once Toastmaster Naila hands it over to me, I will allot certain minutes for you all to put your questions in the chat box, and then I will take questions from there, read them out, and then the space is open for the trainers to answer. Is everybody okay with this format? So we will now, if you all are okay, we will give 3 minutes for all of you to put all your questions. However, just put this one thing, that who is the question directed to, and I will read out accordingly, and our trainers can take up an answer. Is that doable?
Yes, that is okay.
Okay, so we are at 8:40. At 8:43, I will start reading out the questions. Until then, please put the question and also state who it is directed to. Thank you so much.
At the meantime, there are some questions already asked. Probably you can start with that and let the
Okay,
others
sure.
input the questions.
Okay, so the first question is from Toastmaster Sanjay. Can the sponsor be from another club?
Oh, so that question is for me. Yes, the sponsor can be from another club. So you find when you select this club, the sponsors, the members in your club, there's also an option not in the club. You can select that, and once you select, you'll be directed to another window where you can enter the member number of that particular sponsor and his last name. And TI will get the portal will get you that particular member. You can select that. So and that particular member gets the credit. Yes. So this is possible in the revised version of the portal. Let's say earlier it was not there.
Thank you, DTM Bindu. Thank you.
Once you.
Thank you so much, DTM Bindu. We will now proceed with the next question. What is honorary membership? It is by Toastmaster Sailesh Kumar. What is honorary membership?
For me, honorary membership is something. Let's say the club over the years, we have our own. Like let's say what we want to honor our charter member or a founder member, a long-term member. In such cases, let's say the case of Doha Toastmasters Club, we have Sunny George, all the distinguished Toastmaster Sunny Varghese. We have all such members in QTM. We have our George Thomas, who is our international director, past international region advisor, international director, I believe. So such members, we can keep them as the honorary members of the club. Let's say for KEF, our founder member was past district director, distinguished Toastmaster Raghavan Meena. So we can keep them as the honorary member of the club. The club pays the due for them, okay, and we retain their membership throughout. It's not throughout; it depends on the club and the excom. They can take a decision. This is the honorary membership. Is that clear? Over asked. Yes.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bindu. Great explanation. Even I didn't know. Now I know. So the next question is from Toastmaster Yakub, and it is for you, DTM Bindu, which is how long the inactive member will be available in the dashboard? How long will the inactive member be available in the dashboard?
Okay, by dashboard you meant the membership portal. That's what I understand, right? The list of members. So you can see for the previous term, I think for the 2 terms he will be there and then will be removed. Till then you can see him there. But you can always add them as as a reinstated member, right? Or as a reinstated member, should not be. Or yeah, he's always a reinstated member, correct. Any Yakub, is it clear or?
It is clear. It's clear. Yeah.
That's why if you see the KEF, you don't have the people who have not renewed in the 2 terms. We have only the ones we have in the last term who has not renewed, right?
Yes.
Any more?
Apologies. I'm just fixing my internet connection. There's a lag. Just give me 1 minute. Yes. Apologies for the glitch. We shall now proceed with the next question. This question is from the Division D director himself, Toastmaster Sampath. He has asked, can we download the club success plan after we submit it online?
Yeah, actually we can download it. I will just show it to you. You will see an option in this manner over here, that is download the current progress. So this you can choose and you can download it. So even if you have not completed the current progress, you can download. Once you have completed and submitted it also, at any point, you can download it. So it will give you the how much ever you have completed, that the progress, you can download it. So at any point, you can download your club success plan, even if it is online.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Naila, and I hope Toastmaster Sampath, the question is answered. Next, we move to a question to Toastmaster Naila again from Toastmaster Shariz. He asks, is there a deadline for completing legacy path for current members and reinstating members?
Okay, so one of the things, should I say features or whatever of Pathways is that it is a self-paced program. So that means there's no deadline. You can take how much ever time you want to complete it. There's no deadline for anything in Pathways. It is up to each member how fast you want to go and how slow you want to go.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Naila.
And this
We
question
also have
wasn't
one.
for the legacy part, huh? I mean, not for the
Yeah,
current.
even for the legacy path, the TA has not given any deadline to complete it. You can take as much time as you want. So far, no deadlines.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Naila. We would now proceed with another question from Toastmaster Salish about club success plans. The question is, once club success plan is submitted and be updated after 30th September 2025, will it be valid? Will it be valid on time submission?
Yeah,
And
definitely.
then,
Definitely.
okay.
The first submission has to happen before 30th September. So, as I already mentioned, you should revisit the club success plan. And if you are going to make changes, please go ahead and make changes according to your club excom or club's decision. So, it doesn't matter how much ever time you edit it. The only thing is your first submission happens before 30th September.
Noted. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Naila. There's also one more question from him, an addition of the previous one. New, dual, reinstated, combination of all of this be counted for membership addition?
Yes, yes, definitely. It's a combination of all three.
Got it.
New,
So
dual, reinstated will be counted, yes. Not the transfer.
Transfer.
Okay, so except transfer, every category is counted. Okay. Let's proceed to the next question, which is from Toastmaster Fatma. Can sponsors get any benefit from Toastmaster as an inspiration?
Definitely. You will be getting a 3 sponsor pin, 5 sponsor pin, 10 sponsor pin. So, yes, you will be credited. And also in your profile, if you go under the achievements section, it will show you the individual sponsorship history. Make note of it. All the members that you have sponsored. And Fatima, I'm sure you were the VPM last year and you have a lot of credit on that side. So you have a lot of members. What you can do is always for the awards submissions, especially for the Club Growth Awards, you can always show this as a proof. In this current term, how many members you have sponsored. And I hope you have taken that credit.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bindu. Great question, Toastmaster Fatma. We would now move on and take a question from Toastmaster Sumita, President of Royal Toastmasters Club, to Toastmaster Naila. Now our club has 20 members renewed. So by updating club success plan, how much DCP points will my club get?
Okay, so by submitting club success plan, you do not get any DCP. So as mentioned, DCP, you have the education goals, the membership goals, training and administration. You do not get any DCP for submitting club success plan, but to be eligible for the distinguished club program, club success plan is one of the requirements. So you have multiple requirements. One requirement is that you get that 5 DCP or above, and the membership part is there. And one more requirement is submission of club success plan. So just because you submit it, you do not get any DCP. It just ensures that you're eligible for the distinguished club program. That's it. It's one of the eligibility criteria. I hope it's clear for you, Sumita.
Yes, it is clear for her. She has acknowledged it. We will now move on to one more question that is from Toastmaster Yakub, which is there any members limit for honorary members to Toastmaster Bindu? Is there any number limit for honorary members?
I don't think so. No. It depends on the club, right?
Okay. I have scrolled through the charts properly and I don't see any other questions. So if there's any other question, you may put it now. But other than that, if
Actually,
there's
one thing I can add on, I actually forgot to cover this. This was a question that came up during my last the training for Division F on the club success plan. The question was, now you saw we have those 4 segments. It has to be 100% complete if the submit button is to be activated. So now one question that came up was regarding the education program. The education segment, that is. So suppose we are giving 4 members who will complete level 1, 2 members who complete level, everything we are giving, right? Suppose you do not have enough members who are going to complete level 1, so maybe you cannot submit, so it's not going to get that tick mark. Is it going to be less than 100%, which means you cannot submit your club success plan? So what can be done? So at that point I did not know the answer, but I know I was trying out different things. So one thing that I did find out is that you do not have to give the members for all your level completion. That means not necessary for all the 6 DCP. What is needed is that the distinguished club program is to ensure your club gets a minimum distinguished status. Now, to become distinguished status, you have the administration goal, you have the training goal, you have the 2 membership goals. So you have 4 DCP from those itself, and you need at least 1 DCP from education program, right? So which means when you're filling up the club success plan, even if you can fill up to ensure 1 DCP is received, that's enough. That is enough, and that education part will become 100% complete and you can submit it. So then maybe you can revisit later, maybe when you have new members added or someone has taken a new path, you can go and edit it. But this is something you need to know, because this some were confused, what to do. So then how can we submit the online version if we do not have enough members who are there to do the level completion? So thing you need to keep in mind is ensure you have enough for at least 1 DCP from the education part.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Naila. Great insight. Thank you so much for being so proactive and letting us know of that. We have 2 more questions. So our next question is from the Division D director himself. He's asked, can you please show how to see membership personal awards?
Yes. I'm just logging in 1 second. By mistake, I had already clicked in the wrong. Okay, let me just share. In some time to log in. Yeah, you can see I'm on my. So basically, when you are in your home page, okay, you see this achievement board. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. Achievement board. You click on that, you see your education awards, this is the individual sponsorship history which I mentioned. Okay, so what are the offices that you have held till date? What is your club support history? Now let's go one by one. Education and awards, sir. All the awards that you have completed till date is a record in your profile. So you can always have, okay, I have completed 2 full parts and I'm almost at the verge of completing the 3rd part. So that is there. My distinguished Toastmaster is also there. So you can see all the different levels that I have completed, which completion date, to which club I have given the award, right? And whenever there's a level 5 completion, it also sends, there's an option for me to send a letter of recognition as well. So all these are available. Let me quickly take you back to the other achievements. Let's go to the offices held. So this will show me all the club offices, including the district offices that I have handled till date. So it shows me all the different secretary, treasurer, VPPR of which club, during which time frame. All these are mentioned here, including the club number, together with the current status. If it is updated, it is also shown, right? So this is all the offices held till date. Going back, this is one thing which I wanted to show you. This is the individual sponsorship history, which I mentioned earlier about. Fatima, you had a question on this. So this is where all the time when the sponsor was selected as your name, then this is where it will come and reflect. So these are all the sponsorships that I have done in the due course in my 6 years of Toastmasters history. So this is where all will lie. And once you have reached 3, it gives you a 3-member sponsorship pin, 5-member one sponsorship. All these are available. So when you have option between seeing who are your sponsored members and the awards that you have received. So as of October 1st, 2024, last year, I have received sponsor 3-member award. So that's the latest that I have achieved. So if you see at one point, I've even achieved sponsor 10 members. So this is where you see your individual sponsorship history as well. So is that clear? Sampath?
Yeah,
And
thank you
your
so
club
much.
support. This is one thing, I'm sorry. Club support history is where you have been a club mentor, a club coach, a club sponsor, and you have successfully completed it. It will be reflected here, and you can use this credit against for your DTM award. Right? So yes, this is what you have. So all these are in your profile. Make sure you make use of the opportunities, and it is always shown in your profile. Okay.
Right. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bindu. And we are actually nearing the end of the session. So we have 2 questions. I'm going to compile them in one. And it is about DCP status. So please try your best to answer quickly because we are on a time crunch as well. So yes, the question is, how DCP point helps to retain club reputation and recognition? And when will the current term DCP status updated in the portal? It is still showing last term DCP status. So these are the 2 questions. Kindly take them both and answer it, and we'll wrap up the session then. Thank you.
Okay, let me take that. How DCP point will help to retain club reputation and recognition. So based on it, the club is going to be recognized as, you have the distinguished status, select distinguished, president distinguished, and as medley distinguished. Now that is something which shows how successful the club is doing and how effectively it is helping the members, because the club has to retain its members. It has to have a good influx of new members. It has to have members completing speeches. Only then it gets those DCP goals, right? So which means when the club is achieving those DCP goals, it indirectly means that the club is doing well. It has good membership. It has good number of members who are giving their speeches, who are engaged with the Toastmasters club meetings. So this is what shows about the club reputation. And recognition is what I mentioned. You have those various recognitions. And when the current term DCP status updated, I guess probably within the next 1 week, at least it would be updated, I guess. Usually, I think last year by July 17th, it was updated. I'm assuming this time also, probably by then it would be. You would be able to see it in the next couple of days.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Naira. With that, the Q&A session is concluded. And that is it from me. I hope that I have taken good questions and the questions were indeed very insightful. I would now hand it back to Toastmaster Yakub.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sakshi, for conducting question and answer section very actively. I felt that everybody threw their questions to the trainers, and thank you very much for both trainers for clearing all the doubt of all Toastmasters. And now, since the time is going up, first of all, I would like to thank both trainers for giving this very useful and eye-opener. Really, when Toastmaster Bindu was scrolling my credential, I was thinking all this is available in my credentials. So hopefully, it will be the same for the rest, for the new leaders like me. So thank you very much, and let me welcome. To give officially a word of thanks for all the participants in this meeting, let me welcome Toastmaster Fatima, our Division D Pathway Manager, and ever smiling lady in the Toastmasters, and me and her, one one time met together in as a guest in Qatar Toastmasters. So now we are in Division XCOM. So let me welcome Toastmaster Fatima to give the word of thank. Toastmaster Fatima.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yakub, for a wonderful introduction. Actually, I'm facing some trouble with my camera. Sorry for that. All right. Good evening, Toastmasters. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Hi.
we can.
First of all, I would like to thank our amazing team trainers here, the distinguished Toastmaster Bindu Pillai and Toastmaster Neela Rizwan for a wonderful section. Actually, it was quite energetic. It was like a friendly talk. We were able to get each and every point you were saying. That was complete. Let's give a big round of applause to this entire team. And special thanks to the audience who was just quite supporting throughout the section. Their questions was very interesting. So totally it was good. We got a lot of ideas. Even I don't know many things what it was. And special thanks to the both of the trainers for that. Special thanks for that. And especially Naila, your club success plans, the way how we are conducting those things, and how we can lead our team. So many things are there throughout. We can in upcoming future we can deal with those things, I hope. And the club central and dashboard, of course, our DTM Bindu Pillai, like as always, she's very energetic with that. How to manage our club in a very better way, and updating the submission, how to submit the awards. Even I don't know how it was, how we are getting the sponsor awards. I was quite doubtful, and now I got a better opportunity to ask that question. Thank you for that. And that's what from my end. And your both of your trainers, your explanation was very good, very clear and crisp, and it was a friendly approach to us. Thank you for your guidance, support as well. And special thanks to all the audience. Thank you so much. And over to you, module presenter, Toastmaster Yakub.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Fatima. Now I think we all are ready to run the club successfully. And now, since the time is up, let me welcome our DDD. He's the only one in the district. I think DDD is our Toastmaster Sampath to officially attend the meeting. Toastmaster Sampath.
Thank you so much. And please give a big round of applause to all our trainers and all the participants. And I take this opportunity to warmly welcome our past division DDD, our distinguished Toastmaster Iman Salamit, our club board director. I warmly welcome to the session. And it's giving us it's very happy because our own CGD is with us for the training. We warmly welcome you. And honestly, I was thinking I know everything before this training, but I know the dashboard, I know the club central, but and club success plan. But after watching this, there are so many things even I don't know. I learned for the very first time, especially amendment of the standard of the clubs option. First time I saw this. And thank you so much, both of the trainers. And we are blessed with these trainers, expert people, trainers in our own division. So, and thank you so much. And it's my duty to offer you the appreciation certificate this moment. Since this is a virtual background, so virtual screen, so we'll please give big round of applause to Toastmaster Naila, who as a modular presenter, and Toastmaster Bindu Pillai for the module presenter, and Toastmaster Safwan as a host, Toastmaster Sanjay Mundas as a timer. I hope everyone clapping, huh? And Toastmaster Sakshi for MC for Q&A session, and Toastmaster Fatima for supporting role, and Toastmaster Rifki Ahmad for serve as the public relation, and he's the person prepared all the flyers. Last but not least, our TLI chair, Toastmaster Yaku, to arrange these sessions. So our next sessions probably in month of August with the division council meeting. We will update you for the details. So I will take this opportunity to adjourn our training number 1 is adjourned. Thank you so much and good night.